Welcome back. Here in our last section before we wrap things up, we're going to look at connecting your laptop to your other digital devices. Now, for many people, this is the scariest section in this course. They just don't feel comfortable with digital interconnectivity. Not to worry. It is not our goal here to make you an electrical engineer, but instead just to introduce you to the basics and get you enough information to get you started. We're going to keep it simple. The good news is there are really only 6 different kinds of connectors or ports into your laptop. They include the SD slot for inserting a camera memory card. My recommendation, never use it. Keep the memory cards in your camera and connect your camera via USB like I'm going to show you here shortly. Second, the Ethernet port for connecting your laptop to a wired network. My word here, antiquated. Nobody uses a wired network anymore. We all use Wi-Fi. Next, the VGA port for connecting an external monitor or projector. A great idea. I'm going to show you how in just a few seconds. Next, the HDMI port for connecting your box to the TV. Very often done and a great way to get around paying the cable company. Next, USB ports. On this particular laptop shown here, there are 3, and these are used for connecting up a bunch of external devices. Excellent connectors. Finally, the microphone and headset ports. We'll talk about those a little later as well. What's the good news? You absolutely do not need to memorize all this alphabet soup. The connectors all look differently and only fit into their appropriate ports. You can't possibly mess it up. We're going to start with the absolute easiest connection of them all, installing an external mouse or keyboard. This little thing is an external mouse transceiver. Once you stick this guy into a USB port on your laptop, the external mouse or keyboard immediately comes to life. Don't worry about which USB port you use. They all work the same, and the transceiver will only fit in an appropriate USB port. Nothing more to do other than buy an occasional battery. You just saved yourself $20 over having your local computer store do it for you. Next, we're going to learn how to install a jump or thumb drive. This is a jump drive. They're sometimes also called thumb drives because they're about the size of your thumb. They're wonderful little buggers because they allow you to copy files to them and then transport those files to other computers. This is a video of me installing a jump drive on my laptop. Yeah, it's just that fast and easy, and the device probably cost me less than $10. If I now open up File Explorer, I find that Windows has created a new hard drive indicator for me and labeled it as my F drive. If we open up the properties of hard drive F like this, we see that the drive is currently empty and has a total capacity of about 14 gig. Excellent, because we're going to take advantage of some of that space and make available to the CPU as extra RAM, something Microsoft refers to as the Ready Boost. I start by clicking the Ready Boost tab and then the Use This Device option. I'm going to leave the size at max as this space is going to greatly improve the performance of my laptop. Done. We have just tricked your laptop into believing it has an additional 4 gig of RAM, all for the $10 we spent on the thumb drive. Way cool. And we still have about 8 gig of space left on this jump drive, so let's back up my entire Digital Middle Ages folder to it just in case I do something stupid like drop my laptop and smash the hard drive, or in case I want to copy these files to another laptop. Remember, copy the entire folder with Control-C and then paste it into the F drive with Control-V. Okay, there's my backed up Digital Middle Ages folder. Next, we're going to connect an external hard drive to our computer via a USB cable. Now, unfortunately, USB cables aren't all the same because that would make life just way too easy and you wouldn't have to have a whole box of different ones stuck in your closet. In fact, there are at least 4 primary USB connector types. The regular USB connector is shown here. It is probably the most commonly connected right to your laptop. The next one is called a micro USB because it's really small. Micros are often used to connect to cameras or video recorders. Next one is called the mini. Basically, it's somewhere in size between the regular and micro. This last one is called the AB USB connector. Yeah, what do I call it? The square one. And it's often used to connect your laptop to a printer or scanner. Oh, and by the way, in case this wasn't enough, Apple has a couple more USB products it associates with its iPhones. Crazy. How do you know which cable you need for a specific application? Well, unfortunately, you have to look at the device and see what it actually requires with respect to the USB size. For example, this external hard drive we are about to install requires a mini USB connector on one end and a regular on the other end. The mini is going to connect to the external hard drive and the regular is going to connect to the laptop. What do? I just have a big collection of these things off in a closet and I go digging through the pile each time I need to get one. Sorry, not my rules. Why an external hard drive? Because they're a great way to do backups. Making a backup of your laptop each week is a good idea because internal hard drives do fail. And when they do, you don't want to lose all your information. First off, you have to have an external hard drive connected to your laptop. Okay, we just did that. It took us all of about 10 seconds. Next, search for the backup application down here and simply follow the prompts to be up and running in a matter of minutes. This is an image of a computer headset. Great little tool when you want to listen to your movie without disturbing other people, or when you need to narrate a movie like this one. The headset will have 2 cables coming out of it. One will have a little microphone on it, and the other one will have a little headpiece icon. If you check out your laptop, there will be 2 very similarly labeled ports into which you stick these 2 cables. Done. Now, just because they think it's elegant, some laptop vendors will put only 1 port of this type in your laptop. If your genius vendor did this, you will need to buy one of these little adapters and then tell the laptop when you plug something in, whether it's for a microphone, an earpiece, or both as shown here. Sorry, I promise you, I didn't think that one up. I think I would have nixed it right away. Dumb. Next, we're going to install an external monitor. But if you need to connect a projector to your laptop, this process is almost exactly the same. When you unpacked your new monitor, it was almost certainly came with 2 cables. This one provides the monitor with power, while this one is called a VGA cable and connects the monitor to your laptop. All right, this little snippet shows me hooking up a power cord to the external monitor, while this one shows me hooking up the VGA. Finally, here I am connecting the other end of the VGA cable to my laptop. Ta-da! Yeah, the whole process took about 30 seconds. To activate the external monitor, you right-click on the desktop and first choose Graphic Options, then Output to followed by Extended Desktop, and finally Monitor and Built-in because my monitor is to the left of my laptop. If I had installed a projector, I would have gone through the exact same process, but I would have chosen Clone Display instead of Extended Display because with a projector you want your built-in screen and the displayed screen through the projector to match exactly. A couple of seconds ago, we talked about hooking an external hard drive to your laptop. Now we're going to take a look at hooking up your camera or video camera to your laptop. First, to your laptop, these cameras look just like any other external hard drive. A bunch of new memory I didn't know about before you plugged it in. Let's give it a quick try with this image of my wife's camera and its USB port. Yup, just plug a mini USB cable into that port on the camera and the other regular end of the cable into the USB port on your laptop. Open File Explorer and, I'm only seeing hard drives C and D. Where's F, my normal camera? Oh, maybe if I turn the power on that camera, it'll work better. Yep, now we see D610, the name of her camera, as a hard drive option. Let's double click it and see what we get. Sure enough, after we navigate down through a couple of folders, we see the picture I just took of my lovely wife. Let's go ahead and copy that pic with Control C and then move it to the desktop with Control V. One double click later, we're viewing the image with the photo app. Easy enough. Just to show you how much our camera acts like a real external hard drive, let's go back out there and delete that picture. Easy enough. Now Canon is a pretty big time camera company, so they tend to make it pretty easy on you. Other vendors are going to be a little more subtle with their naming conventions, and you may need to poke around a little to find your image. For example, this is another one of our cameras, but this one is much less expensive than the Canon. When I connect this guy, it doesn't identify himself with his name, but instead just shows up as the G drive. Okay, let's open it up and start poking around. Well, that wasn't too bad. Apparently, we were able to find the still shots on this video camera without too much effort. All right, here are the videos. Look like we figured it out just that quick. What is the takeaway? Cameras and video cameras look like just another external hard drive to your laptop. Go ahead and treat them as such. Okay, we're going to spend about the next 90 seconds looking at how to connect your smartphone to your laptop. We're only going to take 90 seconds because it's just that easy. First, if you have an iPhone, you need to disconnect the power cable from the wall socket to find the USB. Once you find it, plug it into the laptop. Voila! The Photos application automatically comes up and asks you if you would like to import your photos and videos. Yeah, go ahead and get these guys off your phone and onto your box. Organize them according to the folders we discussed in the last section, and you're done. Your smartphone music is a little trickier. First off, if you have an iPhone, you're expected to use the iTunes app to manage the music on your phone. Have you ever opened that thing? No thanks, I don't think so. They may think it's intuitive, but I've tried it at least a dozen times, and I still can't figure out how that thing works. Okay, so I went out onto the internet and downloaded a free alternative to iTunes. You know, the fact that hundreds of these things exist is, I believe, very strong evidence in support of my feelings regarding iTunes. Anyway, once you launch the application and plug in your iPhone, you can manage the music on your phone until your heart's content. Just too easy. Connecting your laptop to the internet via Wi-Fi is equally easy. First, we're going to assume that your internet service provider has installed and activated your Wi-Fi router. The technician should have also left you a password for connecting to that device. Somewhere in your house or apartment, you probably have a little device which looks something like this. Let's connect our laptop to this Wi-Fi router. We start with no connection as evidenced here by Internet Explorer. Next, we click on this little Wi-Fi icon down here, and a list of Wi-Fi signals available in your area is presented. Just an FYI, I live up in the mountains of North Carolina, so my list of Wi-Fi hotspots includes just our main pipe. You'll likely have many more options. Anyway, click on the name of your router given to you by your tech, and then enter the associated password. Ta-da! Internet access. As an aside, I told my laptop to always connect to this signal each time it sees it, so next time I fire up my laptop at home, it will automatically connect to the internet. Now that you know how to connect to a Wi-Fi router, you probably want to connect your home printer to that same router so you can print to it from your laptop. Easy stuff. First, get a printer with Wi-Fi capabilities. Today, the vast majority will handle this. Next, install the software for the printer on your laptop. Probably came as a CD with the printer. Now go ahead and launch that software on your laptop and plug the printer into a power outlet. The software will ask you for the name of your router and also for your password. 30 seconds later, you're printing away. We end this section on connectivity with HDMI. HDMI cable is how you're going to connect your laptop to your TV. Want to see everything from your laptop on that nice big TV in your living room? No problem. Simply go down to your local big box store and buy yourself an HDMI cable. Connect one end to your laptop and the other end to one of the HDMI import ports on the back of your TV. Grab your TV remote and change the input source to that HDMI port, and you plugged it into, and you're up and running. Too easy, and a great way to sidestep the cable company. Well, folks, thanks for sticking with me on that one. I know that section can sometimes feel a little like drinking from the proverbial fire hose. But remember, you can always review these sections as many times as you need, and there's always the resource materials. What's the good news? Probably about 90% of the connectors you're going to deal with are of the USB type. So as you need them, just go to your local big box store and get yourself a collection of these guys. What's also important to remember, cameras, video cameras and smartphones practically connect themselves anymore, and so just plug them into your laptop and follow the application instructions. Easy enough. Finally, please get yourself an external hard drive and do that regular backup procedure. Get yourself an external monitor and an external mouse and improve the quality of your life with your laptop. It's not going to diminish your portability or your ability to travel with your laptop, because we now know that you can connect these things up in 30 seconds and in a similar fashion have them disconnected in 10. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next section where we summarize everything we've learned and we finally say goodbye. Keep on learning.